Howdy folks, just got the pontoon delivered. It's about 7:15 on our way over to the house. I saw a loon out here and I wanted to get a shot of that, but I couldn't. He went underwater, but they're really cool. This lake has quite a few families of loons, and so up ahead, maybe you can see there's a buoy. There's one up there probably, and then there's one way over there. And that's for the Bald Eagle Yacht Club, they call it, which is a bunch of Hobies. And they get out here and they sail every Wednesday night and Sunday morning, I think. So that's always pretty neat to look at. You know, they'll have 30 boats or so out there. But anyways, I wanted to show you the loon. Straight ahead is an island. That island, when we moved here, was for sale. We moved here in 2004. At the time, it was for sale for $3.6 million. 10,000 square feet. It had its own racquetball court and everything in there. The electric service to it is an underground cable at the bottom of the lake, and then it has its own septic system out there. Anyways, it was for sale for $3.6 million back in '04, and the people tried to sell it, and just this past winter it sold for $675,000, so they dropped their price almost $3 million on it. I wouldn't trade them even up. It's just, I think, such a pain to try to get out to that island. But it sounds romantic and the like until you think about how do you, I mean, every time you want to go to town, you got to take your boat and get across there. In the winter, they'll use a hovercraft if it's slushy. Otherwise, they'll use a snowmobile. If the ice is not real thick, and then they also just drive their car across in the winter when the ice is, 12 inches thick or more. But anyways, our house is going to be over in that direction. Hobie is down there, and so I'm just taking the boat back to West Bald Eagle Boulevard, where we live now, and we'll put the cover on it and put it to bed for the night. So thanks for watching. Today I got a lot done before I had a lot of company. I pulled down a bunch of roof joists out of the garage. I'll use those roof joists for floor up in the attic storage room that we have. I'll use it for stair treads to get for the staircase that goes up to that attic room. I'll use it for for a big long harvest table that we'll put in the sun porch, and maybe do our Sunday night suppers out there. I'll use it for stud walls, and there's a variety of things I'll use that for. So I try to save as much as I can rather than throw it in the landfill. I did that this morning. I got those down, a lot of those down. Then Jim came around noon, but about 11:30, Bob and Kathy came down. They're going to take a bunch of the rock that I have around that one pond. We're going to level that thing, and they'll use the rock for landscaping around their house. So we had salami sandwiches for lunch. So I had salami and some rolls, and then Marty, my plumber, stopped by. He was in the neighborhood, so he swung by, and I got some clarification on how much concrete I got to pull out down in the basement to put that basement bathroom in, just planning ahead. Then I had Jeff Fisher come by, who's an electrician. He's gonna, I was with Jeff probably for 2 hours today. You know, we talked about what our needs are. We talked about need for a temporary pole, what the new service will look like. I let him know that I want to do the wiring and use him to put in the 200 amp service and to be a resource for me on that wiring so that I'm doing it right and the like. And I'm looking forward to working with him. I got his name from John, who's going to be framing the house for us. So anyways, worked until about 5. Jim and I had a beer. He went home. I went outside and I pulled apart two 16-foot 2x12s. We're going to use those tomorrow as a ramp. Jim's bringing over a couple of pulleys and we're going to lower into the basement my table saw and the jointer. The jointer is very, very heavy. The table saw isn't all that bad, but we'll use that the double pulley system to ease it down, and it'll be eased down the stairs on these 2x12 planks that we have. So that's tomorrow. We'll have to get plenty of video for that. Thanks for watching, and bye.